Oh, hello, good evening, welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening is the one and only Bridgeman and my mate, the happy-go-lucky Fox. How are we doing, Bridge?
Happy-go-lucky Fox, I love it.
Happy-go-lucky, yeah.
Can I just say a big good evening to you and Fox on the panel here? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and a massive good evening to all our Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are we doing, Bridge?
I'm doing really well, actually. I've got over my hurt to a certain extent, and last night was a bit of a, shall we say, a line drawn in the sand for me. I really enjoyed last night's show. A lot of folk got a lot off their shoulders. It was really good, really good.
I mean, it was quite funny for me. Big Alan Luno's, one in Canada, one in Australia, talking about Rangers on the show. Fantastic.
Quite incredible, isn't it? Just quite incredible.
Aye, brilliant, mate, brilliant.
But everybody getting their voice in and what they like to hear and say. JFK was in good form as well, I must admit.
JFK's always in good form, always in good form. Good, comes to good stock, JFK.
And what about Foxy? I thought Foxy did quite well. He sort of dropped a few last night, but it did quite well, I must admit.
Well, it's got his issues at the moment, mate, you know.
Got his issues.
Sure. How we doing, Fox?
Aye, I'm doing fine. Just stick to the agenda I've given you and just carry on with the show, will you?
You should see the agenda Bridges sent me. How we doing, Fox? Looking forward to the game on Sunday?
Always am, mate. Always enjoy going to Ibrox. It's always a good day out. Good to meet a few boys.
You go to Ibrox on Sunday and the rest of us will stay in the house and watch the Dundee game on the telly.
That's what I'll do. I'll go into the Loudon and have a few beers.
Alright, okay. You got a plan then? Man with a plan?
Man with a plan.
Right.
By the way, can I just ask you something? I don't know if anybody knows, maybe somebody in the lobby's heard it. Somebody was telling me that they heard Ibrox Loyal on Radio Clyde the other night. I don't know what night it was.
They get beat 5-1.
Is that right?
Aye, yeah. CC told me. I think it was Tuesday evening he was on.
There you go,
The one and only Ibrox Loyal.
Wow. I didn't know it was there. I just heard somebody saying it, you know.
I don't think it was him at all, mate.
Well, apparently the name was given was Andy.
He wouldn't get any.
Foxy, apparently the name was given was Andy from Royston.
Well, it's a big place, Royston, mate. There'll be more than one person called Andrew in Royston.
A Rangers fan. A Rangers fan.
Bridges got a point. And he has got unique tones to Ibrox, doesn't he?
I never heard it, obviously. Somebody was telling me and I thought, I have to say to the guys, just in case you guys had heard anything about it.
Hobby's alright and Hobby's doing well. One of the characters of Rangers Radio. Fox. Wednesday, sore one, but you've got to move on and let's be honest, let's really be honest. That in the road, big picture, whatever you want to use, the term you want to use, but in a better place than we predicted in June.
Well, we're near this, of course we are. Look, we got a defeat, that happens in football. It's just dust yourself down and let's go again. This is a hard month for all clubs in the SPFL, not just our club. And there'll be loads of games where people will expect to win and they'll get beaten this month. I don't think we're any different for the rest of the clubs. I just hope we win more than anybody else. Take us back to the top of the league.
Excuse me. You're here, Fox. Aye, Bridge. So you're looking forward to the game on Sunday, Bridge. It becomes another massive game for us,
Yep. Well, you hear me saying it all the time. This is the most important game of our season is upon us on Sunday. And we have to win it. Look, we had to do that the other night, and we failed miserably. And I thought we were disappointing, to say the least. So I'm not going to get into that, but I hope we're not anywhere near as disappointing on Sunday. We have to get 3 points. 1-0 will do me fine. That'll do me fine, boys. Let's move on. Get in there. In fact, I want to mollocate them, but given the way we played...
Maybe just go for a nice 2-1 or something 1 week.
No, look, I'm happy at 3-0. I want to feel like Mac. You know when Mac puts out some of his... I'll go for 6 or 7. I want to do that. And I loved it when we did it to Motherwell. But we're not going to do it to some of these teams because they play tight game, a tight game against us. And sometimes anything above the grass is fair game, you know. So,
well, we'll
Dundee,
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to join us, what's the number, Fox?
I'll take that. It's 0141 356 1972.
Join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you will be brought into the call by the one and only Fox. And a big shout out to the one and only old school boy working away in the background doing the technicals. How's that, Bridge?
That's brilliant.
Yes. One of
That's
the
just brilliant.
gentlemen is your old school boy. So you want to come on talking about Sunday's game or anything Rangers related, we'll be glad to hear from you. Fox, are you with us?
Yes.
Right. You're Stephen Gerrard. You're sitting with
No,
Gary
no.
Mack. You're sitting with Gary Mack. You're picking the team. Give us Fox's team.
Oh, that's a wee bit. That would be McGregor in goal, Tav, Goldson, I forgot the big Irishman's name. It's Macaulay. Barisic, I take it he's back and fit. Middle of the park. Now there's a thing. I think we need to do something different. I don't think Koulibaly's cutting the mustard, so I'm going to say Ross McCrory, Ryan Jack, and Arfield.
Arfield suspended, mate.
Is he?
I think.
Sure.
I think he's.
Yes. 2-game ban.
2-game ban.
Did they get 2 games? I thought it was only
2-game
one.
ban. Violent conduct, probably.
2 games? Oh, God. Well, I would need to bring in Rossiter then.
Okay, carry on.
Candias, Morelos.
Suspended, Fox.
Is he?
Aye.
Never thought of that. Well, I'll need to be Lafferty then, won't it? And Ryan Kent, who's supposed to be back in action.
All right. How are you similar, Bridge?
I'm looking, not very often a day, but looking forward to the midweek game, big midweek game away from home.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be loath to play my top centre at centre defence. I think I would go. If they're fit and available, I think I would play Katic and Worrell in there in centre half, and Barisic at left back. Obviously, McGregor and Tav will be playing. I would go for.
The funny thing is, I think you'll play Macaulay and Macaulay will not play on Thursday.
Well, it could be a reversal's true. I'm just a bit concerned of what we're going to be doing. Are we saving players for what? In my opinion, if we wanted to use Worrell and Katic for any games from a European perspective, they need to get first team game or some time in the first team to get it into their legs. That's all I was meaning. And I think this just might be a golden opportunity for us to do such. As far as the midfield concerned, I would agree. I would agree with Fox that Rossiter could be due a game. So it would be for me. I don't think I would play Koulibaly. I would keep him for the midweek game. So I would have Rossiter, Jack, and Ageria. That's who I would play in the midfield. I don't know what's happening with Dorrans. I don't know whether he's anywhere near come back to train or anything.
Nowhere near it. No.
Right, okay. So that's who I would go for. And up front, I would play Candias and Lafferty and Gresder.
All right, okay. So there's a wee bit of difference in the Foxes team and the Bridges team. If you want to use a phone in 0141 356 1972, give us your thoughts on what the lineup could be on Sunday. There's some fair shouts there. I'll be interested to see what the team is. Midfield, Fox, we're still maybe lacking that creative spark.
I've missed that all season. I thought the way we started after season, I thought we were looking quite good and clever. But Ajaria has fell by the wayside for me. It doesn't suit him, Scottish football, to me. I think he'd be a good player down in England where there's a wee bit more room to play, a bit more space to pass balls from. I think in the way he drops deep for us, he can't pick up men that are forward because of our poor movement. It's making him look a bad player. But we've not managed to get a 3 that works yet, Oxter. For me, anyway, there's no consistency in the midfield, and I think that lets down the whole team. I think we're good at the up front. Obviously, we're doing well. We're top goal scorers in the league. Defensively, we were a wee bit shaky, but I think Macaulay coming in will steady that up here the next few games. It's the midfield, the engine room, that seems to be a bit wrong at the moment.
I certainly couldn't disagree. To a certain extent, I absolutely 100% agree with it. But I have to say that I feel that our midfield are their own worst enemies, particularly going forward. They go forward with initially with a bit of pace, and they go straight forward, and all of a sudden they stop, and they've got a terrible habit of pushing the ball back the way. Maybe they're looking for a sort of wall pass for the defender, so they could give it and then move aside out of the way and get it back again. But it doesn't appear to happen. So the link between our defence and our forwards appears to break down quite a lot more than other teams you would see, to be perfectly honest. But when we do hit it and we do it right, we're a very formidable team, hard to beat. People can't keep up with us, and it allows us a chance to put pace on for good fast balls to our wingers and get the ball into the centre. And that's what we didn't do against Aberdeen. We get very, very few fast balls down the wing so that the one could pick it up and take 2 or 3 steps and then just leather it across. It just wasn't happening for us down there. Both sides.
Fair comment, Bridge. We were slow, predictable, and easily. We were up slow, and in the build-up, it was easy to defend against. So, as we said, we're going to hear from our assistant manager, if you don't mind going on mute, and we'll maybe get some clues on what the team might be. Gary Mack was showing me Ryan Jack in the press conference, so if you go on mute, we'll hear from Gary Mack and Ryan Jack.
Gary, what are you looking to address from Wednesday going into Sunday's game?
Well, I would think the first thing for me is the performance level. As much as it was a disappointing result, it's taken a couple of days to get that out of your system. I think the players and all the management staff, we'd like to see a better performance, because not only did we lose, I didn't think we played well.
How frustrating is that, given that there's been good signs of progress this season?
Yeah, I couldn't have called it, to be honest. You know, when you look through 1 through 11, it would be hard to find a player who got past marks. No, because of the lack of effort and and the willingness to go and try and win a game. But just on the night, it was an off night. It was one of those nights where we never get any rhythm. We didn't have any sort of passages of good play. Yeah, Joe Lewis made a few good saves, but overall it was a poor performance.
A lot of talk about discipline, and the manager was very strong afterwards as well. Is that something that needs to be addressed again?
Of course, yeah. There is a discipline problem. The number of red cards and bookings that we've had. But it's something we're working on continually, and the players are working at it. We're trying to pass on years of experience to players that maybe haven't been in these situations before. So everybody at the club's trying to improve the whole discipline issue.
How difficult is that to have a balance of making sure you compete but also staying?
It's a fine line. There's no doubt about that. We've got loads of competitive players, and generally, when you're on a yellow card and you run the risk of getting a second yellow, there's got to be moments when you've got to make split-second decisions. And at this moment in time, sometimes we've made some poor decisions, and that's what it is. It boils down to decision making. When you're in the heat of the battle, you've got to still be thinking clear.
Especially when you're in December and it's a game every 3 or 4 days. How key do you think this run will be in adding in the disciplinary factor, making sure you have?
Obviously it'll help if we can steer clear of red cards. But the amount of fixtures hasn't really changed since June, July. We've been dealing with 3 games a week the entire time. We have got a big squad. Suspensions have affected that squad, but we feel we've got enough quality players to come in and replace, and hopefully it doesn't disturb us that much.
Gary, there's a lot of new players come in. Some of them are new to Scottish football, some of them are new to a club maybe the size of Rangers as well. Is that maybe an issue?
Adapting to the refereeing and the style of play. I think that's a good point. But there's also, but you've got to learn quickly. You know, there are moments in games where you've actually got to, you've got to have steely determination, and that will to win should never disappear. But at times in games you've got to be cute as well. You know, just playing the situation, playing a crowd, playing with the referee, and that does come with experience. And we've got a lot of young players in the squad as well.
Is it something you're going to have to talk about again, or Stephen mentioned that he'd had a meeting at the start of the week as well? Is it something you're going to have to just keep talking about until?
Listen, the communication that I think at this club between the management staff and the playing staff is good. You know, we're continually chatting over all sorts of issues, and this is obviously the one that's hitting the headlines at the moment. So we're continually talking with senior players, young players, and the squad as a whole. So that'll not stop.
Is it frustrating to lose Alfredo again? No, you need him for all these games coming up.
Yeah, you know, he's different. He's a natural goal scorer. He causes threat whenever he plays. But yeah, we will miss him. There's no doubt about that. But it's a learning process for him continually. You know, he's a very competitive guy. But we back him, and we're sitting with him probably more than most, as you can imagine. You know, we want to try and help the guy. And
missing these games, do you think that kind of forces issue home for him? It helps him learn the lesson?
Well, absolutely, because every time he misses a game, it's an opportunity for him to score a goal, and he wants to get as many goals as he possibly can. And likewise, as a management staff, we need him in there because he's our main threat.
Kilmarnock have gone top of the league now. I think it's the 4th leader this season. Does that just show how competitive this league is this season and how much you relish in it?
No, that's a good point as well. Yeah, that's something that surprised me. You know, when I've been away from Scotland looking from outside, you know, that you've looked at Celtic at this period of the season, and they've nearly clinched the league. To have 3-4 teams up there, you know, and Hearts and Hibs have shown decent form to begin with, and maybe fallen away a wee bit. So there's 5 or 6 very competitive teams looking to threaten the top of the table.
And having had that feeling last week when Rangers went top, does that give you extra motivation to get back there?
Yeah, I think that's the big prize. That's what goes along playing here. We've got to try and get back to the top again.
There's been a lot of discussion about VAR this week. What are your thoughts on it, and should it be in Scottish football?
I quite like the thought of VAR, but then in some of the decisions that have been made, you know, in recent games all across the world, it does boil down to opinion, doesn't it? And whose opinion is going to take? Big pluses, but there's also cons as well.
Okay. Dundee this weekend, how tough do you think that'll be, given they got
off the back of a good result? Kenny Miller hat-trick as well. He'll be up for the game, no doubt about that. I've got to say, I watched Dundee early in the season under Neil McCann, and they were pretty impressive. But those impressive displays they didn't gain points, and obviously he lost his job. But so I think there's some good players at Dundee, and it'll be a good test for us. We're obviously looking for a reaction after the Aberdeen result.
Ryan, what do you make of facing Dundee? Obviously, Kenny Miller took the headlines on Wednesday. Is he somebody you still have to look out for, obviously, given the form he's in?
Yeah, of course. I know Kenny very well. Obviously, trained with him for a year last year. Played alongside him, and he's still got great quality. So he's definitely one we'll need to watch out for. And as Gaz says, Kenny will definitely be up for the game. And I'm sure off the back of our poor result on Wednesday, Dundee will be trying to look at this as an opportunity.
How do you, after midweek, Ryan and Gary was saying there that there wasn't many pass marks, if any, how does that motivate you to make sure you try and get back to winning ways?
Yeah, of course it's motivation. I think every time you have a blip and you have a bad result, you all say the same things, and it's always you need to show reaction. And I'm sure as a squad and the mentality we've got in the change room, the leaders we've got in the change room, though, there's no doubt in my mind that come Sunday we're going to be up for the game. Of course Wednesday still hurts at the minute, but as soon as the whistle goes Sunday, it's all focus is on getting a good result against Dundee.
Talking about a competitive league there, how do you feel Rangers have progressed this season in terms of that competitive league? Do you feel that there's certainly a challenge ahead?
Yeah, of course we've progressed. I think the quality of the squad, there's no disrespect to obviously previous squads, but the quality of the squad's very high. Obviously for myself to be playing in that, it's been great so far. I think the league is tight, but who knows, there's a lot of football to be played, a lot of big games still to be played this month, so I think after the January break will be when we can assess it, see where we are, and take it from there.
Ryan, do you think you talk about your confident bounce back? Do you think the mentality has also changed this season at Rangers? With maybe last season, if you'd had a bad result, it might fester on, and there were maybe a few bad results in a row. Are you confident this season that you've always tended to bounce back? That there's something about you as a squad that helps that?
Yeah, definitely. I think as a squad, what I've just mentioned is straight after the game we discussed the game, and as a squad we've said we weren't good enough, we weren't at the races, but as we say, it's about Sunday now. We have to come out, show reaction. It's a massive 3 points. It'll keep us right in the mix for the rest of the games in December. So now as a squad, I'm sure we've got the mentality and the players in there to show reaction.
Can I just ask what the squad situation is for this weekend? Apart from suspensions,
suspensions, you know already, but Borna and Ryan Kent back in contention, so that's a big boost for the guys.
Well, what did you think of that?
I actually quite enjoyed Gary McAllister. I think he's very good with the press. It talks a lot of sense, very honest. He didn't play well. And I think he's right. There was no lack of effort on Wednesday night, Bridgeman.
I agreed. And it's nice to hear him being very positive as well, you know. But what you're getting from him is you're getting shall we say, a big support for Gerrard as well, because he's saying the same things. But he just says it differently, doesn't he? And very truthful. I think anyway, very truthful. He's calling a spade there, isn't he? Really, you know what we played. We can't fault Andy's effort, but really and truly quality missing badly, missing big style. What we were doing, our decisions, particularly in midfield, our decisions are poor. When we do make good decisions, may I say, we are absolutely brilliant. I've said that earlier. When we do click, there's going to be. But there's not very many teams will beat us, that's for sure. But we have to click. We really do have to click. And we have to, somehow or other, I don't know how we're going to do it, we have to start doing it for the kick-off. We have to click for the kick-off. I don't know how we're going to do it, Hawks.
Aye. We're still struggling for this perfect game. If you play well first half, second half, we haven't done it that often yet. But it's an inexperienced team, folks. You know, really. Both in experience and in the time they played together. When you take Golston and Big McCauley, they've only played a few times together.
I agree with that, but the positives that came out of Wednesday was there was no lack of effort. The negatives were lack of composure, bad passing and movement. That's what cost us the game in Wednesday for me. But
talking about people full of composure, we've been joined by JFK.
JFK, the most composed man in the world.
Yep, definitely. How you doing, guys?
All right, pal. How's the painting?
Painting today, mate. It's too wet.
A holiday.
For paint. My wee holiday. It's battering down here. It's gale force winds here with arms, so I thought I'd wet myself inside as well. So there you go. So I was listening to the show, guys, for the start, just listening on, and I heard the gaffers, or the assistant gaffers, ring me. You know, I'm not as upset and angry as I was the last couple of nights. You know, I think now it's time to look forward. I agree about Fox.
You're back on the solids. You're back on the solids.
I'm back on the solids, aye.
I thought you were going to end up fading away.
I've got a lot of emails, Jimmy. A lot of emails saying, "Who's that guy that's so angry all the time?"
Mr. Angry.
They said his initials are JFK. I said, what?
No, all right, mate. I've came down the same line as Fox, and I got a wee bit angry with my way that I love the Rangers and that. But now I think it's now time to talk about the Sunday's game and that, and it should be interesting on Sunday what his personnel will be. I know we'll talk about that near the end of the show. Gary McAllister, like Steven Gerrard, comes across very well. And I mean, they're well trained in these things. The other years, playing with big teams, Man United and Liverpool and Leeds United, I might say. Gary McAllister, he never forgave us for beating them at the Champions League right enough, but but all in all, it was you could even see in Gary McAllister's eyes there that he was hurting as well, because obviously him and Stevie Gerrard have got a lot to take on board, with what's happening, especially with the discipline. But I'm sure they will get that together again, and it'll be interesting, as I say, what the personnel will be on Sunday. But it was a good presser for him. I watched it today, and then I listened to it there again, So I'm back on my even keel again, Ox here. How you doing, Fox? All right, pal?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Good man. 40 ounce Friday, get it down you. Anyway, it was a good presser, guys. So I was really pleased either by it. Stevie Gerrard let the assistant manager come in and have his spiel, which was very good. So I've not really got much more to say about it than that, but I enjoyed it.
What did you take for the what's your team in? GFK's in his dressing room and he's picking the team for Sunday. What's your team, Jimmy?
My team is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Macaulay and Barisic. McCrory, Arfield and Jack. Gresda.
Arfield suspended.
How? So no one game?
2 game ban, pal. 2 game ban.
Okay then so obviously then we're going to put Ajari in there, which I wasn't.
What was your 3 again? What was your 3?
But McCrory, obviously Ajari and Jack. I didn't know that Arfield had a 2 game ban, and Gresda, Kent and Lafferty.
You dropping Candace?
Aye.
What was your thinking there, mate?
I just think if he's going to freshen it up, right? There was no good player for us other night. We all know that, but he's going to freshen up. Gresda should have been on for the start, and I think Kent will give something in Sunday. So it's nothing against Candace, because you've heard me on here before saying I think Candace is a cracking player, but give him a rest, give Gresda a shot. And if Kent is fully match fit, which by all accounts he is, play him. Again, I didn't know that Arfield had a 2 game ban Ox year. I thought it was only a 1, mate. But hey ho, I suppose it's going to have to be a Jari, because he needs to get himself together if he is picked. But Barisic for me, if he's fit, he's in there, and that takes away the Flanagan syndrome for us all. So that'd be the team that I would go with. So our middle 3 would be Jack, Arfield and McCrory. Jack left, Arfield middle, Ajaria middle, and McCrory on the right.
We're doing a bridge here. Ajaria, we always have boys that become sort of whipping boys. What age is he, Fox? Am I right when I say he's 20?
2021.
Did you say
21, yes.
I think he's 20 or 21, so he's only a youngster, and we're building the whole, we seem to be sort of lumping the whole lot on his shoulders. That's what it appears like, And when he doesn't play right, or he goes wrong, we tend to get onto him maybe too much. And we need to watch what we're doing with the youngsters. We can't put too much weight on them. We have to be able to have other players that can take the weight. Sorry if I interrupted you there, Fox, dear.
It's not me, Bridge. I don't mind you interrupting me. I don't take the huff,
It's that Foxy, innit? I forgot about him.
You know what he's like. Very touchy. You're welcome to come in now, Fox. Bridge is finished.
What do you want me to say? No, what I'd like to say, I think the big difference that could happen on Sunday, my first view is if we can't beat Dundee, we'll not be in a title race, mate. They're sitting there in 8 points. They're the poorest team gone by the league table in the league. I think the Barisic coming back kind of balances out the side better. I think it would also help our attacking cause, because Tavernier and Barisic going up the wings allows the front two to come in and help out Lafferty in the middle. I don't know if we'll need to change our style a wee bit, because Lafferty's playing. He hasn't got the same attributes to me as Morelos. He's not as good at holding up the ball, etc. I think Lafferty's made a player to, if you shove the ball in front of him, he'll run on and have a go rather than holding up play to bring others in. But I think that the reason we failed against Aberdeen was we only had one person in the middle. In the mid was Alfredo Morelos. The midfield failed badly to get in and help him out in there, and our two wingers stayed wide. So we had nothing in the centre of the park. Hopefully Barisic comes into the team, and having Taverner brings us a wee bit more adventure coming for the wings, balanced on each side. And as I say, the front two, whether it be Candias and Ezra, or Candias and Middleton, or Ryan Kent, they need to get themselves off the wing and into the middle to look for chances and help Big Lafferty out.
Hi, and if people want to join us, leave their thoughts. What's the number, James?
I've no idea.
0141 356 1972, Jimmy.
I'll never remember that. I'll need to write it down.
Right, just concentrate with the 0141, right? And we'll move on to the next one in a few months. And you can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you brought into the call with the one and only Fox. And what can they talk about, JFK?
I remember this bit. You can talk about everything about the Rangers.
The good old famous Glasgow Rangers.
Hey, Barisic, I hope I'm not putting him under too much pressure. He's been out for a while coming back, and hope he can get, was it 6 games we've got left now, 2 against the Hibs, Celtic, Hamilton, Dundee, Kilmarnock and Rapid Vienna, so there's no more than 6. So we'll see what it takes us, and hopefully he can establish himself in the team and make that position his own, JFK.
I hope so. I mean, because it is a problem position for us, and it's been causing us a few problems. I know Flanagan a couple of times is coming in and he's done reasonably well, and that's even flattering him reasonably well. But Barisic's been brought for what he is. He's a fantastic left back, and he's got a good engine, you know. So let's hope that he plays him and Jack and Kent doing that left side, and I think that'll be good for us. And I would still go with Grezda doing the right, with McCrory behind him, with Tav behind him, and let's hope that Ajaria does something in the middle. So Barisic's been back this year, I think, is a bonus for us. Not going to put too much pressure on him, but it's pleasing to see him back, and it's pleasing to see Ken back. And I don't want to put pressure on him either, because these guys could fall flat. First game back after a couple of months, the next thing they break down again. But no, I'm really pleased to see the two of them, and I hope the two of them are there on for the start, which I think they will be.
Alright, good shout. I'm more looking forward to seeing Barisic. I mean, he has shown glimpses of being a very good player, Fox. Bridge?
He's only played 5 games in the league, mate.
Glimpses, I said.
Glimpses. In the 5 games, he's managed to provide 2 assists. He's been booked 3 times, so he's been relevant in his position, mate. For me, I think he'll bring a lot to us. The left-hand side is what's caused us most of the problems over about the last 7 or 8 games. And I think he'll bring a lot to the side, Ox. I really do.
What's your thinking, mate, Bridge?
Yeah, he's probably one of the best quality players that we've got in the whole team, the whole squad. Most assured quality. We've seen that when he played against us. We've seen him when he played for us in Europe. He's took a couple of knocks, and it's shall we say, knocked it off for him, you know. So he's been out, and he's been out for a wee while. We're really pleased to see him coming back, and hopefully he's still got that magic left peg. He can get the boys pinged in, because we certainly need that from the wing. We saw the other night how even our best youngster, Middleton, was quite disappointing. Sometimes he just couldn't get that yard he needed to get the ball in, and eventually he had to stop him and put the ball back, which is really disappointing. But Barisic, to me, high quality player, and he's our player, and we need to get him in, get him on song, look after him, and he should be able to give us a return on our money on the, particularly if we run up to Christmas.
And with different players in front of him, I think JFK and Fox had Kent in front of him, and you had Grezda playing in front, yeah?
I would, but most assuredly put Grezda on the left wing, and hopefully he can team up with Barisic as he runs forward, and they can complement each other. And it frees up, or should I say, leaves the midfield to go on and do the work in the midfield that they need to do. We need somehow or other to open the channels out in the wing and be able to run up the wing. The full-backs be able to run up the wing and then use the wingers if need be and create their partnership. And that leaves the midfield to do it. We saw the other night that the midfielders were getting drawn out to the wing and they were getting pulled all over the place.
So, Bridge, would your middle three be Grezda on the left, Ajari in the middle? So who would you put on the right then? Would you put Jack in there?
Jack would play for me, for sure, yeah.